Hi guys, and welcome to An English Haunting the Demo. This is supposed to be a spooky game. I don't know much about it, but let's go. New game. Scary. So cool. London, 1907. Looks cool. Thus, with this method, we can determine the time of death within a margin of error of 2 hours. Okay. You should ask Cooper. Me? Why not you? Hughes, Cooper. It would be interesting if you share your doubts with the class. Look what you achieved. Brah. Coward. Professor Moore. Is it true that you and Professor Ward are devoted to hunting ghosts? My, you have been badly informed. We are devoted to studying them, not to hunting them. Oh, what? That's nonsense. Ghosts don't exist. Do you have any conclusion evidence that statement, Mr. Cooper? They're a myth, an invitation of mankind to scare off those weak minds. Those of weak mind, eh? Very well. I'm not fully controlling the text here. Let's see. How many of you believe in God? You can raise your hands. All of you. Well, perhaps you should be studying theology and not forensic medicine. You can lower your hands. I suppose you think the mere belief in him confirms his existence. Is there any supporting evidence? Any photographs? Have you seen him taking a stroll in Hyde Park? Has anyone talked to him? The Pope? Okay, let's see that witness aside for the moment. Or, let's set that witness aside. No one in history has been able to prove it. The only proof we have is faith, and that, regrettably, won't do. Look, gentlemen, neither I nor Professor Ward asserts that ghosts exist. We're cautious with regard to the matter, even if we have reliable witnesses, and there are a large number of cases. Are those arrangements enough to accept this as a fact? No. We would be falling into the same trap you fell into with respect to God. We investigate these claims with the best tool science has provided us. That is the scientific method, a method I advise you to use before compulsively raising your hand to defend your beliefs. I don't think my father would agree with all this blasphemy. Your father agrees with the idea that students from poorer classes should never be allowed into a university, as well as agreeing to use child labor in this faculties. So with due respect, Mr. Turner, you can take your father's opinion and come in. I'm sorry to interrupt, Patrick. It's quite alright. What do you need? Look, the dean wants to see you. Can it wait? The lecture's almost over. It's delicate matter, Patrick. Is it about Rose? No, it has nothing to do with Rose. What a relief. I was starting to worry. Talk to him, would you? I'll take care of the lecture. What were you teaching? The scientific method. Apparently these gentlemen don't get it yet. Noted. Huh. Well, gentlemen, the scientific method. One moment. What? Okay. I need instructions because oh, wait, no. Okay, no, I don't. I'm just gonna wing it. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was admiring the trophies. Do you know that university won the Roman Wrestling Championship in '89? I did not. We haven't won since. Such a pity. Those are more trophies in the hall. There are more trophies in the hall. Have a nice day. I'm just gonna say have a nice day. You too. Okay. Is that you? It was a gift from Raymond Baxter, former pupil and famous sculptor. It represents a certain something celebrating the winter solstice. The board has threatened to retire this pagan figure several times to the pupils' dismay. Every 21st of December, they will fill the statue's bowl with whiskey and parade in front of it, paying their respects. Interesting. Hello. Ah, Professor Moore. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dean Carter. Rector Williams, a pleasure. Good afternoon, Professor Moore. You can get a chair from the back, and that won't be necessary. This meeting will be brief. Explain the facts, Dean Carter. Look, this week the university received a generous donation for the investigations program run by you and Professor Ward. £5,000. 5? That's amazing. It would be if not for a terrible event. All that money has disappeared from the Bank of England. What? We've demanded an explanation, and they confirmed the money was withdrawn yesterday by your colleague. How is that? We wanted to speak with Professor Ward, but he didn't appear today for his lectures. Let's try to remain calm, gentlemen. The professor might simply be... We've been trying to locate him all day. He's vanished. He's ran off with the money. It's an unprecedented scandal. Oh boy. Are you sure it's Professor Ward? Someone could have impersonated him. There are witnesses, and the signature with which the money was withdrawn is undoubtedly his. Least we forget his whereabouts are unknown. We believe in presumption of innocence and respect it, but in this case, I'm sorry, Professor Moore, this is the unvanished truth. Who donated the money? We only know it was a group of intellectuals from London society, nothing else. It appears they have no intention of making it public, and given the circumstances, they prefer to keep it that way. Why did he do that? That is exactly what we're wondering. How could he withdraw the money? He's just a teacher. He shouldn't be authorized. And one time he combined his teaching jobs with the position of deputy treasurer. That was years ago. Okay. He resigned. Nonetheless, he was still registered at the Bank of London. We suspect he took advantage of that to commit this crime. Get to the point, Dean Carter. Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that as a result of this matter, the board is considering eliminating your metaphysics investigations department. But that can't be. It is. My predecessor authorized this department because of the implement career of Professor Ward. Sir Archibald Ellsworthy would roll over in his grave if he knew all this was in fay. Surely you didn't presume to hope we'd keep this nonsense going after what happened, did you? I understand this discomfort with Professor Ward, but I'm a part of the department too. It isn't fair that I should be blamed for acts of which I'm not responsible. We know Patrick, but... Patrick? You mean Professor Moore. And I would beseech you not to challenge the board. However, as a courtesy to you, we wish your exit from the department to be as... Stop with this rubbish, Dean Carter. You have 72 hours to prove that your ghost exists. If you didn't present us with material proof by that deadline, forget about your department. 72 hours? That's not enough time to prove no one has ever proven throughout the entire history of mankind. That is your problem. And express your thanks to Dean Carter. He's the one who proposed it. If it were up to me, I would break up that circus right now in my own hands. Damn it. We're the laughingstock of every university in the United Kingdom. Let them laugh all they want. Vice Chandler. They only display their ignorance. Do you want some advice? Forget about those ghost fantasies and focus on your work as a teacher. You're the best teacher of forensic medicine in all London. Focus on your work, for God's sake. And this is serious superstition is no place here, neither do your progressive ideas. Are you aware that we have received complaints from some students' fathers because of your radical ideas? What's wrong with being a progressive? Isn't it part of the university's motto? Knowledge, improvement, progress? Oh, the text is fast. Don't be a wise eyes with me. Remember who you're talking to. Wise guys. 72 hours, Professor Moore. Prepare yourself to say goodbye to a fantasy that never had any place in a institution as respectable as this one. Sheesh. Sheesh! 72 hours? 72 hours, Henry? It's humiliating. Why didn't they just close the department immediately? I have more bad news to tell you. Really? There's more? Your department has been sealed. You won't be able to use any of the resources inside. Damn it, Henry. Couldn't you? I can't. If someone sees you there, they'll know it was me who conceded. That would put me in an awkward situation. The board is treating this matter very seriously. I don't want my position to be jeopardized. I beg you to understand. Yes, I do. I didn't mean to put you in a predicament. I'm sorry. I know the search for the great beyond is your life, but I'm sure adversity will stretch your intellect even further. I don't know how, but try to find proof, please. And it's strong enough, I'll show you in the board, and we'll be forced to keep the department open. Okay. Sheesh, what am I supposed to do? What the hell, shelf? How many of these have you written? The one on the first shelf. And part of the second one, too. Ghosts, Reality or Myth by Henry Carter. Does William know you wrote this one? Oh, yes. He's even read it. Has he? We actually only the prologue. And then he gave me a lecture with more words that are in the book. Okay. Guess I leave. I won't be able to prove the great beyond exists in such a short time without the professor's help. I need to find him. Maybe I can discover something that will help me find him at his home on the Dorish Street. Okay. Who are you? Raymond Price? Mr. Price. Professor Moore. Studying? Ah, yes. Well, no. I'm reading a treatise on, medieval churches. And, let me see. My dear Gregory, I'm telling you the exact truth. I believe I am now acquainted with the extremity of terror and repulsion which a man can endure without losing his mind. I'm sorry, Don't worry, Mr. Price. Don't be ashamed of reading M.R. James. He's a natural treasure. Continue your reading. Thank you, Professor Moore. Interesting. Okay. This is cool. So, we go here? What? Why is it so dark? That's it, room 4. So you're a friend of Professor Ward? Exactly. And he's vanished? Sadly. And why do you want to examine his room? Are you from Scotland Yard? No, Professor, such as he. I only want to have a look to see if there's anything that might enlighten me to his whereabouts. Ah, that makes sense. When was the last time you saw him? I knew he went out last evening. I was in bed, but I heard his footsteps on the stairs. Haven't you seen him since then? No, sir. The only notice anything strange about him? Of course I noticed, but not only yesterday, always. He's a strange man, though a very polite one. How I wish the rest of my tenants were as curious as, or courteous as him. Why is the corridor so dark? That's what I was thinking. The electric company convinced me to install this new light system in the house. They didn't tell me the price would double compared to gaslight. That's what progress means, you know? Progress for the usual suspects. Those in power. I've told the tenants not to use the corridor light unless they want my bills to start affecting their rent. It's curious that he lived here. I mean, his salary was high enough to afford him a better place than this. His hovel, is that what you wanted to say? I don't mean to offend you, Miss Dawson. No, you're right. This is a hovel, though it's the classiest hovel in all of East End, and with the biggest rooms for 4 blocks. Would you want me the kindness of letting me would you do me the kindness of lending me the key to the room? I don't have it. How is that? Professor Ward was a bit forgetful. He asked for my copy of the key in case he lost his. It wouldn't be the first time that happened. So he's got 2 keys. And me none, that's it. How can I get into his room? You can wait for the locksmith to come tomorrow. I'm afraid I don't have that much time. So you can try to open the door yourself. I won't complain. But please, try not to break it. I'll be downstairs if you need me. What? A3? I can't properly see the number on the plaque, but I'd say it's a 4. I can't read anything. Yeah, it's too dark. I wish I had a flashlight. It's not Professor Ward's room, so this is the room. Closed. What? I can't see anything. So... Should I get mad? One moment. There's something inside the lamp. I can't reach it. There's nothing inside the vent. House of rules. The rent is paid by the first day of each month. Number 4. Professor Ward lived here. What is this tear? Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to exit. Yeah, we're gonna go back. Okay. Plant? Daisies. What is this rip, though? It's like a rip here. I'd rather keep the corridor lit. She's gonna get mad. Alright. Can't reach it. Well, can you move the plant or something? I don't know. I guess I don't do anything yet. I need something. Select item and click on the eye icon in the description. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything yet, so. Alright. I think I leave. Because I don't have anything. So. I'm just gonna leave the light on. Alright. Let's go back to the university. Maybe there's something there. John Thomas something, the best surgeon in London hospitals hired between 1880 and 1890. When he retired, he donated huge quantities of medical material, which we still use today for internships. Sir Philip Abercrombie, illustrious professor of Orient chemistry and candidate for the Nobel Prize in 1903 for his work on brain connections. My colleague Nelson Ward, former chief porter of Scotland Yard and one of the most distinguished figures in the facility, at least until yesterday. Mr. Cook, yes? Do they order you to remove the portrait of Professor Ward? What do you think? I think yes, exactly. Who ordered it? Who do you think? Vice Chancellor Williams? Exactly. Do you need help? I see you're finding it hard to remove a simple portrait. If you think old Cook isn't smart enough to take down a picture, of course not. Exactly. Wait a moment, does that mean I am or am not? You're smart enough to take down a portrait. Ah, good. Some genius thought it would be better to attach the paintings with glue instead of a pair of hook screws. In his defense, I'll say that not for anything in the world would I have expected one of those illustrious professor was a filthy thief. You've already been informed, have you? Sadly. Who would have thought, huh? Though it's not like it comes as a total surprise, frequenting the places he did. I don't know what that said. But I will manage to take down this portrait with no tool. Only one needs to know how to apply force. Thus said Pythagoras, give me a place to stand and I shall move the world. That was Achilles. You don't need to correct me. I'm not one of your pupils. Oh man, text is fast. What did Professor Ward frequent? A pub for one in the East End, the Red Lion. Someone of his stature visiting such establishments, how embarrassing. And in the company of a tart? A tart? One moment, what tart? Courtesan, I guess. They seem quite close. She is surely his accomplice. How do you know that? Rumors travel as fast as bad news. I need to find that woman. She might know where I can find Professor Ward. If you find her, give her to the police. I already told you she surely has something to do with the money theft. Okay. Are you entirely concerned? You don't need any help with the portrait? What do you want me to, do you want me to help you making exams? There's no need to, exactly. Okay, carry on. Alright, let's talk to this guy one more time. There are more trophies in the hall. Why do I always find you in front of this cabinet? They're pretty, don't you think? Excuse me? The wrestling trophies. Ah, yes, I suppose they are. And such a point of pride for the university, right? Yes, of course. Can I inquire you about your obsession with trophies? I want to win one. I mean, I want the university to win one, and my, something? Yeah. What's preventing you from participating in a championship? I understand you're a good wrestler. Manager Taylor. He doesn't want to be embarrassed like in 96. What happened in 96? Oxford humiliated us. They defeated us over wrestlers. Manager Taylor doesn't want that to be repeated. And in his view, the most sustainable thing to do is not to compete. It makes no sense, right? Exactly if they have me. Especially if they have me, I'm the best wrestler the university has in years. I'd be able to convince the manager. I'd very much appreciate it. Tell him Oxford won't stand a chance against me. I'm big and relentless and strong. You look strong, yes. Of course I do. The strongest in the university. What do you want to see? Test me. There's no need, I trust you. Bring me a metal rod, I'll bend it for you. I don't have one, but don't worry. I'll do what I can to pursue Manager Taylor. Thanks again, Professor. So the manager won't count on you. That is unfair. I'm big and relentless and strong. Okay, he's just repeating. Alright. Have a nice day. Okay. Alright, let's go in here. Talk to this boy. Frank Lewis. Bad news, right? Worse. The board is threatening to close down the investigations department if I don't present proof within 72 hours. Proof of what? Of existence of the great beyond. Damn idiots. That's an impossible time frame. How dare they? That Williams will end up getting what he wants. What do you think of what Professor Ward did? You asked me if I believe he's innocent. Is he? What do you think? I think neither of us is answering a single question. I don't know, Patrick. Nelson Ward is famous for being impulsive, and that, of course, doesn't make him miscreant. So you think he's innocent? The evidence of the crime is something, though I believe that if he committed such misconduct, he must have had a good reason, not just a financial one. What reason? I cannot begin to fathom. I only hope this makes some sense. Have you seen any ghosts lately? God willing, this would be easy, right? And how long has the investigations department been running? 3, 4 years? 4. And they want to solve the great mystery of life after death within 72 hours? They neither want to nor intend to. And I have been given that time frame. It is because Henry integrated. If only you could succeed. I'd like to see the faces of those geezers when you show them proof. I don't think I know Professor Ward well enough. We had a close relationship, but it was merely professional. I don't know a single thing about his life apart from being the chief coroner of Scotland Yard before becoming a teacher. If I had taken even a mild interest in him, I might have dedicated signs of what he would do. Don't punish yourself with that, Patrick. Nelson was very reserved. I doubt anyone in the facility really got to know him. I don't know how I can face this research against the clock. I don't want to be untactful, but that's an endeavor doomed to fail. I mean, to this day, no one has been able to find any conclusive evidence of the existence of the great beyond. Perhaps in the future we could resolve the matter, but not in such a short time. I need to find the professor. I can't do this alone. We are a team. But how about asking help from British Society of Paranormal Studies? I doubt they would assist. Neither the professor nor I are welcome there. Because of that damn article? What about Richette? He always supported you, and he would be valuable in this quest. Charles? He's not in London at the moment. No? Damn. Any ideas might help my research? Now that I think about it, Nelson mentioned having found a place worthy investigating. Do you remember where it could be? I think it was located in central London. A house, maybe. I don't recall. I was having a busy day when he told me about it, and I didn't pay enough attention. I'm sorry I'm not helping. Not to worry. Thanks for always supporting me. I know only 2 people who could prove the existence of a great beyond. One of them is Nelson. You are the other. And you shall have my support in everything you do. Okay. I should get going. If I can do anything for you, I understand, Frank. I appreciate it. Okay. Book. The one on the top is Atlas of Human Anatomy by Oswald de Vries. I use it to illustrate my lectures. The one on the bottom is The Empty House, and the other ghost stories by Algernon Blackwood. It serves me to help me evade them. Okay. I believe it's time to get rid of this old eraser. Oh, okay. Forensic science has progressed a lot in recent years. I hope these boys end up being a professional as Professor Ward once was. Our King Edward crowned 6 years ago. Better late than never, he must have thought. Queen Victoria's reign was so long, and her personage is still so present that no one dares to take down her portrait yet. Okay. Cabinet. It's full of flax and test tubes. What is a flask of something acid doing here? It should be in the lab. Okay. Interesting. You need to be careful handling these skeletons because they're very fragile. Oh. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of things now. It would be better not to touch it again. Okay. I think that was everything, right? How about this cabinet? Our 4 first drawers are full of anatomy prints. The rest are intended for school matters. Okay. Cool. So I think that's it. So I think we go. Alright. So... let's see. The felt has collected too much chalk powder. The eraser dirties instead of cleans. I don't want to melt that. Okay. A flask of sulfuric acid. Very corrosive. Handle with care. Okay. Part of an arm of a skeleton in 1-to-1 scale. So, I'm gonna quickly go in here. I don't know who the manager is. This is not the manager, right? Yeah, this is someone else. But let me just see if I missed anything. I wonder if Professor Ward is still in London. That's the same thing I want to know. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Alright. So now, I do want to try and go back. So we have a new location, but I want to go back here. And I want to see if I can use this to grab this. I can use the skeleton knife to carefully remove the crystal from the lamp. Let's do it. Damn, it's not long enough. Maybe a little jump will help. What was that? Damn. Uh-oh. What was that noise? My monocle fell. Good heavens. What kind of monocle do you wear? Ah, phew. There's a key here. Let's go. I'll pick up the broken crystal. I don't want to have to explain it to the landlady. Where can I hide the criminal evidence? Ah. In the vent. Nothing to see here. Key. Open the door? Okay. Nice. Jesus? I think the professor would rest better under the watchful eye of Darwin other than Jesus. Professor is in something so I gather that the crucifix was already here when he arrived. Okay. Map? It's a map of central London where the professor has marked several places worth investigating. There's a red circle around one of them. There's an old oil lamp. I'll take it. Okay. It doesn't look very comfortable. Though the professor wouldn't care. I've seen him fall asleep between classes in the most unimaginable places. Shoo! The street is full of tramps and drunkards. The professor felt more comfortable among them than among his colleagues. There's a notebook on the desk. The House of Benwell Street. It is discouraging to discover that all the places worth investigating were in the end either frauds or a waste of time. However, I found a location that in my inquiries are correct could afford a unique opportunity for me and my colleague, Professor Moore. It is an old, impressive building located at 34 Benwell Street. Its original owner was Thomas Highmore, a widower philanthropist, who lived in the house during the early years of the last century. After his death, his heirs rented the house to several tenants. One of them, Frederick Price, reported strange blows coming from the basement to the police. Raps? An officer collaborated the facts, to which he added, as it stated in his report, that several objects in the room started to slowly move without human interaction. A police report that confirms unexplained supernatural phenomenon, contrary to the account of a normal witness, which is always an act of faith considered believable. This changes everything. No police officer of sound mind would cast doubt in his professionalism by falsely signing a report such as this. So we can be sure this is an account we can accept, and thus a very valuable one. Terrified, the Prices left the house 2 months later. Their place was taken by a Benjamin Jones. By searching through the documents of the estate agency that managed the property, I found a report stating that the tenant abandoned the house 4 weeks later due to constant unspecified occurrences in the basement. In my investigation, I found 2 other cases with the basement as the arbitrary of supernatural activity, but I have yet to verify them. I still haven't informed Patrick about this. We could be dealing with another dead end, and if someone has to waste this time with this, I'd rather it be me. My instinct, though, tells me 34 Benwell Street is the place we've been dreaming of all these years. Nelson Ward, October 14, 1907. 34 Benwell Street, hey? There we go. Okay. Shelf. That junk box stands out. Let's see what's in it. There's a copper wire reel that may come in handy. Nice. Well, it's too rusty. Okay. That's it, huh? I guess so. Okay. Off we go. Huh? Oh boy. Okay, well that was the English Haunting demo. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. I wonder what we do with all that stuff. And I don't know why the language changed, but that's okay. So I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye!